We offer scholarships from £2,000 to £4,000 per year. Huddersfield, for a long time, has had a very well-established reputation for excellence in teaching.
And also, can you let us know on the admission criteria for Indian students for masters?
So we can take students from 50% in their bachelor degree. There's no financial document checks. There's no pre-CAS interview. First of all is that we've structured the timetable in a way that condenses teaching onto just 2 or 3 days a week. That means that students who want to work part-time can plan their work around their studies.
Hello friends. Today we have with us Simon Greenslade, Director of Product Management at Study Group. Simon is based out of Brighton, UK. Thank you so much, Simon, for joining us today and visiting our office. I would like you to introduce yourself and say something about Study Group.
Well, thank you for having me. It's great to be here. As you say, my name is Simon Greenslade, and I'm the Director of Product Management at Study Group. I've been with the company for many years now, and I've worked in international education for nearly 25 years at all levels. Study Group is the global leader in international education. We believe that giving international students access to higher education around the world is one of the most important things that we can do. And I work in international education because helping young people from countries like India to develop their careers and get an amazing start in life at a great university is a very rewarding thing to be doing. So it's great to be able to be here to talk about our pathway programs and also the universities that we partner with.
That's great. That's great to know, Simon. I would like to first begin with the pathway programs. So the wonderful pathway programs that Study Group offers. Can you please throw some light on how do they benefit Indian students?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been delivering pathway programs for more than 20 years now. We and our university partners recognize that students from around the world, but especially in countries like India, who come from really strong education systems, need additional support when they arrive in a country like the UK to make sure that they can engage fully in a different education system and to be successful in their chosen studies. So we specialize through Pathways in giving students extra support. That's extra support with both academic and English language and skills, through small class sizes, through expert tutors who understand international students, who particularly understand Indian students, their educational background, the curriculum, what they're strong at, where they're going to need additional support. And whether it's through a foundation, an international year one, or even a pre-masters program, ensure that they are ready to be as successful as direct entry students once they start their degree studies.
That's great. So you mean to say Pathways is not just for the undergrad students, but also for the master's students. So I believe students should not shy away from going for the pathway programs, but they should consider this as an added advantage. And this ultimately leads to their success when they complete their undergrads or the master's degree. Am I right, Simon?
Absolutely. And I think we see a whole range of students choose to take a pathway, but there's perhaps two types of student who make up the majority of pathway students. One is those who need it because academically or in terms of their English language, they're not yet at the level required for direct entry. But increasingly, we see students choosing to do a pathway because they recognize that, well, why wouldn't I take a program that gives me extra support? Why wouldn't I do a course that's designed to help me be as successful as I can be and give me that soft landing? So you're right, whether they are a graduate already looking for a master's degree or perhaps someone straight out of high school, a pathway is a way to ensure that the time and money you commit to an international education is time and money well spent by setting you up for success.
Completely agree with you, Simon. So can you let us know what would be the duration for these pathway programs? Say if we talk about the undergrad pathways first, followed by the pathways for the masters?
Yeah, so an undergraduate pathway is typically between 1.5 and 3 terms. Most of our students would study for 1 academic year, whether they're doing a foundation or an international year one. International year one is a first-year equivalent program with additional support. So typically between 1.5 and 3 terms. A pre-master's program is normally a shorter course. It can be as short as just 12 weeks. to help students bridge that gap to be ready for a master's degree. So it doesn't have to add a lot of extra time or cost to a student's intended study plan.
So this is, I believe, indeed an amazing option by study group, wherein this caters to both category of students. One who do want to go to the UK, but somehow do not become eligible, but then they do have a path through the pathway. So that's amazing. And the other, as we say, it adds on. So it leads to the ultimate success of the students. This is great to know, Simon. Also, I would like to ask you something about this one of the most spoken about and talked about university, Huddersfield, which is based in London. So I believe their direct entries also are possible if we talk about an undergraduate degree in Huddersfield or a master's degree. So can we begin with the location, perhaps the unique selling points at Huddersfield, please?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we're all excited about Huddersfield, London.
Yes.
I think the University of Huddersfield for a long time has had a very well-established reputation for excellence in teaching. They are gold rated in the Teaching Excellence Framework, both for their student outcomes and also for their student experience. So to be able to offer that high quality of student experience and teaching, but in a London setting now, is really exciting. And you're right, we offer master's programs at Huddersfield, London. We have a range of masters in business and computing subjects that are designed for students who are looking for that high quality education in a London setting, but one that's really focused on helping them kickstart their careers. We recognise that international students now more than ever are, yes, looking to study to follow their interests and their passions, but they're really also looking to make sure that that education leads them to a good career in what's a very competitive jobs market everywhere. And so Huddersfield London is absolutely focused on ensuring that both in the education, but also in the support that wraps around that students are developing the skills, the knowledge and the experience to go and have a great career and hopefully find a good job and good work experience in London, taking advantage of the post-study work rights that the UK offers once they finish their studies with us.
Okay, so would you like to throw some light on the scholarships that University of Huddersfield offers for international students?
Yeah, absolutely. So we offer a range of generous scholarships currently. It's a merit scholarship system. So the scholarship amount increases depending upon the student's results from their bachelor. We offer scholarships from £2,000 to £4,000 per year. And combined with what is a very competitive tuition fee, that means that most students will pay less than £15,000 for their master's degree.
And that's excellent because that's really very competitive and they get an entry directly into the master's. That's 1 year and then followed by the postgraduate work permit which UK has to offer. So that sounds very exciting and interesting. Now, also, can you let me know if we are still open for the upcoming fall intake for University of Huddersfield?
Yeah, we absolutely are. So we are still taking applications for September. We have 2 intakes every year, September and January, but there's still plenty of time to apply for the September intake. The last deadline for applications is not until August. So if you have students who are interested in studying a master's in London at a career-focused university, there is still time for them to apply.
And also, can you let us know on the admission criteria for Indian students for masters?
Yeah, absolutely. So we can take students from 50% in their bachelor degree, depending on the university they've studied at. We also have, I think, a very competitive English language entry requirement. It's an IELTS of 6.0 with no skill lower than 5.5. We can also accept a wide range of English tests, including PTE, as well as MOI also. And that's because with our experience in pathway education and in teaching international students, we're building additional support around the traditional academic curriculum so that we can take students who need that additional support during their masters.
That's wonderful. And this really gives a very good opportunity for the Indian students as we are still open for the upcoming fall intake. And the scholarship options are huge. They can avail good scholarships. thus making the option very, very competitive, and obviously it sets them up for success. Anything else that you would like to cover today, Simon? Anything on the pathways, or probably University of Huddersfield, or any other university that you would like to add on?
Yeah, I think it's just sticking with Huddersfield. I think what we've tried to do is make sure we've got a really smooth and easy application process for our students. So there's no financial document checks, there's no pre-CAS interview. When students are ready to confirm their place and secure a seat at Huddersfield London, it's just £260 to do so. The pre-CAS payment is less than £5,000. And then the remaining balance of the fees is paid in 2 instalments. So it's a smooth process. We'll issue offer letters within 24 hours. So I would encourage all students looking to do a master's in London this autumn to try us out and send us an application.
This is absolutely something which is unheard of, or rather very, very welcoming, because the CAS process is very flexible and easy, as I understand. The pre-CAS interviews, the turnaround time, this tends to save on a lot of time and energy of the students, and a quick turnover for the entire process and journey of the students. So this is something which is very welcome, and we would like to definitely promote this to our students. In fact, we have a couple of students, many students looking at applying for Huddersfield for the coming September 2025 intake, Simon.
Fantastic. That's great to hear. And we're really excited to get applications from students who are really focused on their careers, who want to take advantage of the work opportunities that London has. And so we look forward to getting those applications. It's great news.
And since we're talking about work opportunities, a question came up. Do you have anything to say on the part-time job opportunities available in and around the campus while the international students are studying there?
Yeah, so look, we're located in East London. Huddersfield London is it's a stone's throw away from the Olympic Park. It's in an area that's developing quite a reputation as an education hub in London. So it's only half an hour away by public transport from the very centre of London. So the advantage of studying in the city is that there are greater work opportunities there than elsewhere in the UK. We are doing a few things to help students. When it comes to work. The first of all is that we've structured the timetable in a way that condenses teaching onto just 2 or 3 days a week. That means that students who want to work part-time can plan their work around their studies, making sure that they prioritise their time in class. Attending 100% of their classes is a really important part of being successful on the course. So the timetable is designed to help students get that work and study balance. And then we also provide students, as well as advice from our Director of Industry, we also provide a couple of services. One of those is called Career Set, which is an online service that helps students develop their CV, their LinkedIn profile, to make sure that employers view and receive them positively when they do apply for work. And then the other thing that we partner with is a portal called Student Circus. Student Circus is a jobs portal. It's aimed at international students as well. So as well as preparing students to look for work, we also provide them access to Student Circus so they can find work also. So most students we expect to live relatively close to the campus, either in the east or south of London. So they'll have a lot of options when it comes to finding both part-time work during their studies and also work opportunities once they've graduated.
I see. So there's a lot of help available right on the campus when it comes to jobs.
Absolutely.
It could be part-time jobs or post-graduation jobs. The career cell indeed plays a very important role, because the students feel very confident when they're actually about to apply for their post-grad jobs.
Yeah.
So this indeed is something, again, which is very, very lucrative, very, very attractive. When international students go and study abroad, couple of times or most of the times are very worried about the post-graduation placements, because it's not just the staying back options, but also return on investment matters. So I feel this is one good thing they can look forward to when we speak about University of Huddersfield.
Absolutely. And we have, I mentioned the role of our Director of Industry and Placements. His name is Matthew, and his role is to build strong links between Huddersfield London and London employers. And obviously, being London, we have access to all the global corporates that are headquartered there. And that's really to try and do a number of things. Firstly, it's to build that awareness of Huddersfield London with those businesses. So when our students are applying to those businesses, they'll be familiar with who we are, what we offer our students, the kind of students we're producing. We also will be ensuring we have guest lecturers coming in so that our students don't just hear from our excellent academics, but they also have the opportunity to hear from professionals and understand how what they're learning in the classroom is applied in the real world. And thirdly, and most importantly, we're also helping to set up placement opportunities for students during and after their course. So they get that real world experience, understand again how their learning in the classroom applies in the real world, and then hopefully we'll be making sure that when they graduate, students will be able to apply for vacancies and jobs with those businesses.
Excellent. Students, I believe today Simon has given some very important tips and insights on a couple of things. Studying in London, when it comes to the benefits of pathways, when it comes to University of Huddersfield, about part-time jobs, the post-graduation jobs, and how study group is, it has been helping students since so many years, making them successful and helping them fulfill their dreams and achieve their dreams. So we are very, very thankful to you, Simon, and study group for visiting Angel EduNext and sparing time and giving us such important information, Simon. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.